All right. Hey, everyone. My name is Tyler. I am waiting for this voice screen to turn on. See if it does. Incredible. Okay, so I'm Tyler. I'm a founding engineer at CopilotKit, and I manage delivery there. We are the company behind the AGUI protocol, which is the Agent User Interaction Protocol. It's how you bring user interactivity into your agents. But let's take a step back really quickly. What is CopilotKit? CopilotKit is the React client for AGUI, so you can bring React components and interactivity to your agents. So a little pitch there. What I'm going to be doing today is I have not actually used all of the different coding agents. So I gave, not all of them, but I gave 3 of them a try today: Claude, Cursor, and Codex. Codex was the new one for me. We have a MCP server here at CopilotKit that we built recently and released, and I gave it a kind of test across the variety of different coding agents. So what are we actually going to be building today? I built this project, I would say, in about 2 hours with CopilotKit. You can see it over there on the right-hand side. This is actually using a Monster agent in the background. Shout out to Monster. If I kick this off, this is going to, and I actually just realized I didn't click record. I'm just going to click this. All right. I did just record over that, but basically what happened was we're using this concept of shared state for CopilotKit, where the Monster's memory is actually getting written through structured data to the UI. So you can see here I asked it this thing that I typed ahead of time: create tasks and redoing our website and assign it to the relevant people. So we got a couple of people here: me, Suhas, John, Nathan, and that's kind of a part of our team. And then it created a bunch of tasks, and we're kind of rendering it in a structured way. Pretty simple little thing. I have this control that I built right here, where this is the starting app. This is one of our starter applications of the CopilotKit. Very simple, not a whole lot going on here. And so I told Cursor, Claude, and Codex to basically try to build this project that I built, but do it itself. And we're just going to go through a couple of them. I thought the results were pretty interesting. So this is what Cursor did. I'm going to show the prompts here in a little bit. But I basically told it, build something like linear, and here are some of the requirements. This actually does work, and I need to actually go grab that prompt so I don't have to type. This actually does work. It uses all the same principles, using the MCP server for Monster and for CopilotKit. Give that a second to download stuff in. Oh, look at this animation. Incredible. This is using, I told it to use framework, so that's why it's deciding to do that. Some other things I asked it to do is like a mobile first design. So if I zoom in here, it's interesting to see which ones did or didn't do it. This one actually did, so it has a little thing that comes up. Ooh, interesting. Not actually looking so good. So it's kind of interesting to see the differences between these. This actually took 11 iterations. So I talked with it. I sent a message 11 times with this one. I'm going to keep that metric in mind as we progress because I think it's pretty interesting. Next up is Claude Code. So this is what Claude Code designed. I gave it a design prompt for glass morphism, kind of like the early 2000s aesthetic. Kind of did it, kind of didn't. On the left-hand side here, it's the same kind of story. I can type in that same prompt, and it will work. Let's see what it does. Ooh, look at that. Animation is incredible. And then it's going to populate a bunch. Pretty cool stuff. This is actually done in 4 shots. So I just did 4 prompts, and they were kind of small tweaks. So Claude was pretty good at self-reconciling and getting to the task towards the end. Another thing that I asked it to do is add the capacity to add tasks. Cursor actually did not do this. So in the Cursor implementation, there's not a place to actually go and add in things. So it's interesting to see what things get dropped, what don't. Generally speaking, though, Claude was able to get everything I wanted. It got the mobile design in there. Looks pretty decent, but I can't scroll to the bottom. And now let's look at Codex. And Codex was kind of new for me. I've never used Codex, but I thought it had pretty decent design sense at the start. The previous iteration with Claude took kind of one more design push at the end. This is what Cursor got on the second try, actually. This also works, same thing. And this is using, again, the Monster MCP server and the CopilotKit MCP server to build all of these things. And yeah, there it goes. And we can see, it added a bunch of stuff. And it also included the capacity to add a new task. So I can say like, hi, as in the task. And yeah, pretty interesting. Okay, so all of this, again, was coded against this starter. So I wanted to show a little bit of the prompts that I actually utilized for this and some of the learnings that I got from it. So this is the initial prompt that I started with, which is, it's kind of, I'm going to go over a couple of things, but it's a pretty simple prompt. I just say, here's what we're doing. Here's what I want the design to look like. And here are the features that it wants. And specifically, I call out bidirectional state syncing so I can, bidirectionally edit my tasks. I call it human loop. and I call out that I want Civility access. Actually, none of them got Civility access, which is pretty interesting. But they all tried. In fact, they thought that Monster made Civility, so they imported the Monster package from Civility. That doesn't exist. And this prompt here is something I added as my kind of master prompt. And it's at time.
That's time.
Great. Awesome. Well, that's my time.